Doe Dash. Shout out to Doe Dash. What up, Doe? What up, Doe? Very inspirational video. Long story short, Doe Dash told me that if I was 50 to get my ad on YouTube now. Doe Dash, you made a compelling argument, Doe. Inspirational, Doe. I did consider it in the past, but I wasn't sure what type of content I would offer the viewers. But you spelled it out simply, Doe Dash. Simply put, you said if we're 50 plus, we have stories to share. We have wisdom to impart. And there's plenty of people, plenty of younger folks, even some folks the same age as us, the same age as us, could benefit from some of our wisdom and some of our insight. So here I am, Doe Dash. Now, at first I didn't realize that you were talking to me. I thought you were talking to those others. But the more you talked, I started to think, well, I said, if I'm 50 plus, I've had some experiences. I've had some good experiences, some bad experiences. I've had some great experiences, some awesome experiences. I've had some lows and I've had some down lows, so to speak. But Doe Dash, I'm here. I'm over 50. I'm on the YouTube. I'm starting my journey. I'm starting my sharing. Now, like I said, at first I didn't know that you were talking to me, but then the more I listened, I said, well, I was actually an engineer for 10 plus years, over a decade. I've been teaching for 20 years. So I've been in education for 20 years. I did coaching, I did basketball coaching, little kids, middle kids, older kids, adults. So I did coaching for about 15 years. And I've been a referee for a decade now. And so I said, well, with all those experience and all those experiences, surely you have something that you can share. So I said, Mike, don't be bullheaded. Don't be hard-headed. Doe Dash said, get your ad on YouTube now. And so here I am. And so on my journey, I said, well, what title could I attach to sharing my journey experiences, some advice, and possibly some inspiration with the folk? I said, well, what title could I go with? So I said, I'm going to go with No Complaints. Because through the ups and downs, I realized that I could not complain. And I realized through the years, I tried to encourage my students not to complain. I tried to encourage, when I was coaching, I tried to encourage my players not to complain, just work harder, work in spite of it. When I was in corporate America, and I had interactions with some people that had similar backgrounds to me, I said, well, you can complain, or you can do something about it. And doing something about it may mean that you have to work twice as hard as some of your colleagues. But we're not going to complain about it. We're either going to put in the work or we're going to bow out. And I'm not up for no bowing out. I don't support that. So, I am going to share with you guys some of my experiences that I've had along the way. Hopefully it can be an inspiration for some of you guys. So maybe I can give you guys some insight. Maybe I can give you guys some know-how on various things. I can talk to you guys about the transition from college into corporate America, my transition from one corporation to another corporation, climbing the mini corporate ladder, some of my educational experiences along the way. Of course, I can share with you guys some of the things that I've seen when I was coaching, trying to motivate players, dealing with parents, dealing with fans in the coaching situation, in coaching scenarios. And then with teaching, holy moly. With teaching, 20 years of teaching, I got some stories to tell, yes? I used to do motivational training, and I used to do classroom management training. I did training for students, and I did training for new teachers. And so I really got into that heavily. I'm really big on that. So I can give you guys some tidbits and some pointers. I can give you some pointers and some inspiration and some stories based upon what I've seen with my students. And I give it to you from a teacher standpoint, of course. I can give it to you from a student's perspective on what some of the students have shared with me. I can give it to you from a parent's perspective. Some of your parents, obviously, you want to get the most out of your child's education. Sometimes you have certain interactions with the teachers, and you want to know how you can have productive or more meaningful interactions with them. And so I want to share some of that stuff. Obviously, assessment is a big part of education. I can give you guys some input and some insight on that. Dealing with colleagues in the educational teaching environment, and dealing with administrators and bosses and those that would evaluate you in an educational setting. I can give you guys some insight, some inspiration, and obviously a whole lot of stories about that. And so I'm here. I'm on the YouTube, as we 50 plus folks call it, the YouTube. Dash. We'll see how this goes. So until next time, please like, subscribe, and leave some comments. But don't complain.